Some backstory. The world is going to shit. The world is collapsing. It's rough, man, for people out there. But I'm on vacation, so I don't give a fuck. Baby! What's up, everyone, and welcome to Sunday with Ola95. What's this? Oh, can I? Thank you. That riff right there is pretty stretchy, man. Stretchy McStretch face. Look at this. That's okay, but that. Why would I do something like that, and why am I playing it like that? I mean, it would probably be easier if I... That's a lot easier. But you know, I like to make it hard for myself. I hope you didn't see that. Cut to this perfect pic, bro. What's up, everyone? Nice to have you here. It's another Sunday with Ola. 95, 5 more to go until 100, or 4 more, and then it's 100 basically. What's gonna happen in the SWOLA 100? Probably nothing. I'm really bad at celebrating these like even numbers and things. Maybe I'll do, you know, maybe I'll crack a champagne bottle. I have no idea. You know, I just don't like making it harder for myself. And I'm currently on vacation, so I'm basically running into the office, recording these, and then my daughter's sitting outside, you know, waiting for me to get finished so we can go to the pool. So if you guys are okay with it, I'm just gonna head straight into the news. Thank you. Slipknot has released a new song. It's called The Dying Song. Time to sing. Yay! That's where I was going there in the intro when I was talking about the world dying and collapsing. You know, Slipknot has the same idea. The dying song, everyone's dying and it's time to sing basically. You know, it's a good song. It's also the unveiling of their new masks. So first we're gonna check out the new masks and then I'm gonna talk about the song. Okay, here's the picture. Metal Sucks did a list. We're gonna check out the masks individually. Okay, Sid Wilson. Okay. The clown. That's a... I don't know. It's a mirrored face clown. It's like a... Is he posh now? It's a posh clown. No? It's just broken glass and a little Christmas... I don't know. It makes me think of a Christmas tree. He has like a Christmas ball ornament on his nose right there. V-Man. That's a cool mask right there. No? I think that's cool. Jim goes with a more classic, you know, theateristic look, which is cool. Suits him well. This is Jay. And Jay became emo, I guess, with some pink eyeshadows and shit. And, you know, his teeth are all crooked and shit. Mick Thompson. I don't think there's an update to his masks. That's probably the best mask out of them all, I must say. So he looks really cool. Craig Jones, spikes in his head, great. Okay, there we go. Corey Taylor. Isn't this sort of similar looking like the previous mask? Tortilla Man, okay, here we go, look at this. It's, yeah. Why are there holes back here? That's what I wonder. Is there supposed to air holes or like horn holes or yeah. So Slipknot is releasing a new album, The End So Far, September 30, and the song, the dying song, it's a beautiful video, and it's Slipknot. I don't know what more to say. So about the song, it sounds like Slipknot. I've heard this before, but then I came to the chorus, man. Oh, so fucking good. Evil. But then I found out it's not the chorus, because there's a chorus right after with clean singing. And it made it sound more like Slipknot. I was getting excited there that it's, oh fuck man, they're opening and doing the first single being with a fucking kick-ass, brutal-ass chorus. Too fucking good. I love that riff. And also, I love that chorus, even though it's not the chorus. Yeah, video's absolutely gorgeous. He's carrying a head right there. I mean, why not? Look at that. Hello, sir. Are you okay back there? No? Well, hang in there, okay? Hang in there, buddy. Yeah, man. Kerry King confirms partial lineup for his new band. Says new music is coming soon. Now, we knew that Kerry King was making a new band after Slayer, and there were talks about, Phil Anselmo on vocals and Paul Bostaph on drums. He now confirms that Paul is indeed the drummer for this project, but it goes unsaid who is going to be the guitar player, or if there's going to be another guitar player, bass player, or the singer. So that we still don't know about that. But whatever the thing is, they started rehearsing, and Kerry King says, I quote, "As for what the project will sound like, King said it'll sound exactly like you think it'll sound." Kerry King doing Slayer type stuff. So basically Slayer with new type of vocals? Huh? I'm completely open to that idea. I love Slayer, man. And, I wouldn't mind having Slayer, but with a new, fresh style of vocals on it. If it's Phil Anselmo, I don't know if he's the guy. It's going to be interesting to hear. But I think that if Kerry's doing this, he would go for the supergroup. So he's definitely going to have like a high-profile frontman for this. No question about it. Who is it going to be? I have no idea. It's going to be exciting. Also backtracking about Pantera and the news about Pantera. Zakk Wylde is beyond honored to join Pantera reunion tour, and in a recent interview he also stated that it's about a celebration of Dimebag and Vinnie Paul. And with that, shooting down, some of the things that has been in the press in regards of, it being a reunion, because it can't be called a reunion. Dimebag and Vinnie Paul ain't there. It has to be a tribute or something. It can't be called Pantera. It has to be called something else. Pantera tribute. I think Pantera Tribute is probably the way to go, in my opinion. This is a Pantera celebration. That's what it is. It's a beautiful thing. You are celebrating Vinnie and Dime's greatness, and you are celebrating all the mountains that Pantera conquered and crushed. So, very awesome thing of Zakk Wylde to say, and also shooting down a bunch of the rumors in regards of, what this project will be. Now, what he's saying is one thing. How will it look on a poster for a festival, or for a tour for that matter? Well, it seems that there has been a leak with the Heaven and Hell Festival. I can't confirm that if this is fake or not, but there was a leak of the festival poster, and I caught it on the Pantera subreddit, and it looks like this. I have no idea if this is legit or not, and it's in really shit quality right there. So it says, I can't really see what it says, but it says the return of Pantera right there underneath Slipknot, which is not, it's not saying Pantera. Okay, it says the return of Pantera. Could they go under the name the return of Pantera throughout the tours and all the festivals? I don't know. However the name will be, I will most likely go and watch it anyways. Still. I still just want to see some Pantera being played live, man. Alter Bridge has released a new song called Prawns and Kings. Official videos. Out October 14th. Pawns and Kings. I'm sorry. It's Pawns. It's not prawns. It's Pawns, man. Pawns. Pawns and Kings. And if you're familiar with Mark Tremonti, the mastermind behind this band, then you know it's going to be riffy. It's going to sound fucking kick-ass. He's known for having like an insane tone and making sick-ass riffs. And this is a sick-ass riff right there. It's catchy as hell, man. And, you know, I thoroughly enjoy Alter Bridge compared to, like, Creed. It's like Creed, but good, you know? If you're a fan of Creed, I'm sorry, but I wasn't really a fan of the singer Scott Stapp in Creed. I was actually sort of annoyed by the vocals. But, you know, I always knew the qualities about Mark Tremonti, and I always loved the riffs and the production and all. And, you know, Alter Bridge, it's just a better band, in my opinion. Are they rolling through Sweden? Yes, they are in Partille. It's on the wrong side of the country, man. Oh, that's gonna piss a lot of people off. I'm sorry. It's on the front side of the backside of the backside country. All right, juicy news. Evan Rubinson ousted as Dean Guitars and Armadillo Enterprises CEO, accused of embezzling over $420,000. Whoo, hiya. Elliot Rubinson, the founder of Armadillo Express, also the owner of Dean Guitars, sadly passed away a couple of years back, and Evan, his son, was the successor of the brand, basically. But Elliot's wife was the trustee of all businesses, so everything would come down to her decision in the interests of the brand and the brand names. It seems that this wife of Elliot is now suing their son Evan for embezzling $420,000 US. Here's a copy of the suit his mother filed in court. It's not known if the elder Rubinson is pursuing criminal charges against Evan at this time. More details to come as they become available. So we have a suit right here. There's a bunch of things, you know, that's very important for a lawsuit. You have to explain who's who, who's what, and who owns what, and who did what, basically, and how much money was involved. Defendant's principal duties and responsibilities include the management of the commercial property, payment of the reasonable and necessary expenses of the business, and the handling the lease agreements and relations with the current teams at the property, among other duties. It seems that he fucked up. he fucked up. I'm not going to go into the details in regards to this. However, Evan's name came up when Rita and the Dimebag Estate made a press release that they were leaving the guitars and trying to get the license to their guitar models back. It seems like a lot of people have not been happy with how Dean has handled the whole situation. So here we go. It seems that the wife of Ellie Rubinson is not happy either. Juicy news. All right, so both Ozzy and fucking Megadeth have teased that they're releasing music on Friday. That's tomorrow, man. I'm not gonna be able to cover that in this piece of news. Maybe next week. ThaNews, everyone. Hello. Guitar of the week. Here's a new guitar. No, it's not a guitar. It's my dog. Oh, look at this. It's Pix Hazen. Oh, I'm sorry. No, guitar of the week. This is going to be the guitar of the week right here. Check this out. This is the Charvel Joe Duplantier of Gojira, obviously. I purchased this guitar from DLX Music in Stockholm because they were doing the Neural DSP Gojira plugin, and I figured, fucking hell, I need to have a proper guitar for the Gojira plugin video. It's a B stock, like hanging on a wall. Look at that. Look at that. I think maybe it can be 2020. Yeah, man, I think it's a pretty slick guitar. Yellowed finished body, not too much of a fan of that. But look at the back of the neck. I like this really brown type of neck. I don't remember exactly what it was. Correction, I don't know what it was. It's a material. But it looks cool. So, yeah, man, this is a pretty inexpensive guitar, actually. And it has, like, some sort of no-name pickups. I remember them sounding pretty good. So, I'm going to plug it in, man, and see what it's all about. Let's go. All right. Give me a D. D. Oh, maybe. Maybe that was a D. Check this out. Come check this out. Look at this. You have the fret markers here at the side, but at the 7th fret, you have a block. And that does not exist anywhere else on the neck. I'm not completely sure why that the 7th fret is marked like that. Maybe it's because they're tapping a lot. Indicator of this is where the fucking mel happens, baby. It's at the 7th fret. So I don't know. Let's crank it. How do you crank this thing? I'm currently not sure what's happening, but I'm not getting any sound out of this iconic 5150. Why is that? Why? Oh, power amp mute. Ah, there it's a power amp mute. Someone had pushed the power amp mute button. You know, I like the Way of All Flesh. That's probably my favorite Gojira album. And obviously Toxic Garbage Album. But it was a long time ago since I played it last time, so I don't remember exactly how it was played. The neck is a little bit, it's thin, but it's still chunky in a way. It might be because I have thicker strings on it right now, but it's a little on the chunkier side, which sounds really good for Mel. Obviously, with thicker strings, I much more prefer thinner strings because it becomes a little bit slappier. But the guitar itself is really cool, man. I'll link a video where I tried this guitar together with the Jackson Gojira guitar, the Christian Andrio guitar. I made a video of these two guitars. Go check it out, okay? Great. This is the Gojira Joe de Plantier Charvel right there. Look at that. All right, question of the day. Let's go from Nels Lindahl. So, if it rains, is your quad Cortex more likely to break compared to normal pedal rig when doing a show? Do you have a little rain stand for it to protect it from the weather? Okay, so this guy is responding to last week's Sunday With Ola when I went and did a show with The Haunted, and I was using my quad Cortex. And there was a towel on the floor. People were like, oh, that's a magic towel. Will it improve the tone? Maybe? No. It was because just before we played, there was a massive shower of rain. And, you know, our guitar tech put a towel. They wiped off the floor, obviously, but he put a towel down there in case, you know, there would be rain throughout the show, and the towel would suck up most of that excess shit, basically, and rainwater. So I brought out the quad Cortex right here. A lot of people are asking for me to make, you know, show us your live rig. And I would love to do that. I'm a huge fan of setting up live tones, and I like switching out things here and there. I was using the FM3 for a while, Axe8 obviously, and also using real amplifiers and all that. I like, you know, switching things up for live shows. It makes it a little bit more interesting. But I was using, and I have been using for the past gigs, the quad Cortex, and I really like the captured sound that I'm getting from this. I captured an Englund Powerball preamp, and I route that to a power amp and into a cabinet, and that's like a mic tone right there. The only thing I don't like about it is that the switches are very close together. So if I try to press here, I usually press here. The switches are too close to each other. The size of the unit is perfect, but I would personally probably just have 3 or 4 switches. Now they're cramming in 5 switches on this small amount of space. If you have shoes on, it's really hard to hit, in my opinion. But I really like the unit, and I like using it live. They're currently just, they keep on updating this thing, so it's becoming better and better. They're adding shit. They're also adding a new wah, the Crybaby, so I've yet to try that out because I'm using wah on this live. So yeah, man, very happy about, and the towel was just to, if it would start to rain, it would suck up the excess rain in that towel instead of on the actual unit. But I remember back when I was using the Axe8 and played Wacken, the Axe8 was basically soaked in water from the rain, but it held up, it didn't fail. So it worked great, man. Question of the day, thank you. Sunday With Ola Riff Challenge, everyone. You know, you can download the drums from that intro right there and make your own riffs, and you might be featured on the Sunday With Ola live stream that's happening tomorrow on my second channel, okay? Ola Englund #2. So what happens is that I will do a live stream where I check out contributions, and I start usually with 20 to 25 members, you know, YouTube members. They get the first shot, obviously. And then the other half, I just take the names of the people in the chat who's been making the Sunday With Ola contenders, and then we watch them all together. It's a great and good and fine time. So if you want to be a part of that, download the dumps in the description of this video. This has been Sunday With Ola 95. I'm gonna head off with my daughter. I'm gonna go swim in the pool. It's basically hell outside with the sun and all. Have you guys seen the sun and what it does? It's hot as f***. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the pool with my daughter. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and Team No Sleep, thank you so much for hanging in the chat. Let's do it more often. No, let's just continue to do it every Sunday instead. It's just easier. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hallelujah.